Hi, I'm Aussie Bill and welcome to episode 43 of Aussie Cluff, and an episode where we could progress to the last 8 of the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. Before we get to that though, you can see since the last episode where we did get a stunning away win, 2 away goals in Madrid, that was absolutely amazing. But then it's been all action, hasn't it? The defence, a little bit questionable, but first of all we went and we played Swansea. This was terrible in the first half. You can see we were 2-0 down, but second half we sent a rocket up them, and you may have seen in Goals of the Month last episode, Elias Perez, 4 goals in the second half, absolutely insane, and secured us a much needed 3 points. Then we went and hosted Newcastle, and again you can see 2 more goals conceded. We were poor defensively, and it really cost us a comfortable win. Elias Perez, 2 more goals. He scored an insane amount of goals, something like 10 in these last 4 games or something. And you can see Steve Griffiths knocking in the 3rd goal for us there as well. Then we played Brighton away. Again, 2 goals conceded. It's a trend, isn't it? And I don't like it. We did, however, we rested players in this game ahead of the upcoming Atletico Madrid second leg, and we got it was a hard-fought result. You can see Ali Gunnar Zilor back on the score sheet, good to see, and El Azaj as well with 2 goals to get us the win. They went down to 10 men at the end, which did kind of make it a little bit more comfortable for us, but yeah, I mean, look at these goals. We've conceding goals. I think we've conceded 2 or more goals in like 8 of the last 10 games or something, so it's really, really concerning. But if we look at the league table, you can see we're still sticking in there, aren't we? Just 5 points off the top, but more importantly, if we look at 5th place, 6 points ahead of Manchester United, although they do have a game in hand. So potentially, if you look at Aston Villa in 4th, 5 points inside the Champions League as well. So what worries me there is Arsenal, because they've been a really good team when we've played them, but maybe just plagued by inconsistency. And before we get to today's episode proper, you can see we've had the new youth intake as well. And look at this prospect. He's only 18. He's already 18, I should say. But he's coming to the team. Look at that potential. Jordan Lawless. Wonderful stuff. And then we have a couple of others here as well that are 3-star potential. I like to name these Academy youth intake players after you guys who watch the channel. If any of you would like to have one of these Academy products named after you, shoot me a line on Twitter at AussieVille and leave a comment, and we can definitely look at getting a player named after you. Jordan Lawless, might I suggest, could possibly be a good one. Make sure you get in early to claim him. But on to today's episode, we're going to begin with Atletico Madrid. Now, we were supposed to play Aston Villa in the second game, but there's been a fixture reshuffle, so it's going to be Chelsea, which is even bigger because they are second in the league, and as we saw in the league table, only a point or 2 ahead of us. So, massive, massive episode. I said last episode was maybe the biggest of the channel so far. I think this is going to surpass it. So let's have a look at the heroes that we're sending out to play in the Champions League home leg, the second leg against Atletico Madrid. Now, we do have a slight injury concern in that Toth has injured himself again, so we're stuck with Busanel at right back. And you can see Milanovic is he's not fit yet. He's still about a week away. In a worst case scenario, Busanel gets injured, Scando can slide over there, and we have Aussie Chris on the bench. So it is very, very much threadbare, but we do have one option left if Busanel does get injured. So it's Vazquez in goal. We're going to play with a sweeper keeper. We're getting desperate. We're trying anything to try and tighten up this defence. So it's Scando, Novikov, Conjano, and Busanel across the back. Griffiths in the half-back role. Joyce and Kowalski in midfield with Mosley down the left. Ortiz down the right. And goal-scoring machine right now, Elias Perez up top. As the rain is absolutely hammering down here in West Yorkshire. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is quite the storm we are getting right now. So here we go. Now they have changed their formation a little bit. They've spread out their wingers a little bit more width. Potentially that could be more difficult for us, couldn't it? Because remember in that first leg, we did them down the flanks once they went down to 10 men. And I think that is the key, wasn't it? It was once they went down to 10 men. So let's have a look here as the rain continues to be deafening. First leg means nothing. It's a brand new match. I think I like that. Maybe an assertive. And then I'm happy with actually how everyone's reacted to that. We might just speak to Callum Mosley individually, just tell him that there's a lot more to come from him. And let's see how this come on boys, this is the Champions League quarterfinals on the line. Alright, in an epic rainstorm, it looks like both on the game and over my house. Let's see how we go here. Now, a few tactical changes that we've made ahead of this game. We're looking to retain possession, and we're just on control, you may notice up here. We're not attacking, we just need to keep things tight, don't we? We can afford a 1-goal or a 1-0 loss. We can't afford to be conceding a second goal. So as we go into this game, 12 minutes now, without a highlight, I'm okay with that. This is all about getting through, isn't it? Let's give them a concentrate. Not doing too badly. I'm hoping you can hear me over this rain, to be honest. It is absolutely hammering down. And just like that, it stops. So we'll give them another concentrate. Quanjano in the book now. It has been a relatively... The retained possession, it is working, isn't it? We are holding the ball more, which is good. We're looking nervous. Let's not look nervous. Just relax, boys. Just relax. It's a free kick for Joyce. He knocks it in for Novikov. Goal! Novikov, he doesn't get many, but he's got an absolutely vital goal there. Poor marking from the set piece, and that's a really, really good header. And there we go. We are 1-0 up, 3-1 on aggregate. Oh, could it be on? It's on now, isn't it? It is definitely on. Coming into half-time. We just need to see this out. Final seconds. It's surely going to be blown up any second now. There it is. They're looking frustrated. We've put in... I'm really, really happy with that first half performance. I think we've got to... Again, it's just got to be an assertive, don't get complacent. We might do a few individual team talks here, and then we'll come back for the second half. Alright, here we go. Are we 45 minutes away from the last 8 of the Champions League? Now, the one concerning thing about that first half is that we really didn't create anything in open play. The counter to that is that neither did they. But they did, as you can see, they did have 5 shots on goal, though no highlights, so that's definitely something. They've got a couple of nervous-looking players. Let's tell them just to calm down. Just relax, boys. We can do this. I'm wondering if it's a game for Elizage up top as a target man on support. To just try and link up the play a little bit, because we're not creating anything, are we? Kowalski's not in the game. Equally, I'm sort of hesitant to change anything because you can see they're frustrated. Okay, we need to defend this set piece. It's not well defended, and there is their way back into the game. Oh, that makes it really, really nervy now, doesn't it? It's gone from absolutely celebration and scenes to, oh dear, they're just a goal away from extra time. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to look to change something here now because we're not creating anything. We're going to do Elizage on. We're going to play him as a target man. We're going to play him on support. Just try and get ourselves back in this game. I'm wondering too if we should try and exploit the flanks a little bit because we just haven't been in this game in terms of creating anything. See more of the same. I think Elizage was good last game. He got a couple against somebody, wasn't it? Against Brighton, I think. Alright, so still some nervous-looking players. A lot of motivated players, though, which is good. Let's give them another concentrate. Oh, look at the shots on goal. They're coming at us hard. Alright, let's shut this game down now. Let's go into tactics. We'll go... Oh, I don't want to go to defend yet. It's still too soon. We'll lower the tempo, though. We'll be more structured. We might just go back to a balance, stay on our feet, be more disciplined, stick to positions. I think I'm okay with that. We'll go defensive once we get into stoppage time. I hate going defensive early because it just invites them on. Alright, now's the time, isn't it? Pause. We're going defensive. This is it. We're shutting down in the hope of holding on for the last 4 of the Champions League. Oh, it's the final highlight. We have the ball. I think this is it. Blow it up, ref. Put me out of my misery. There it is. Last 4 of the Champions... Last 4. That's getting ahead of ourselves. Last 8 of the Champions League quarter-final. I think we just about deserved that. They had way more shots, but very few highlights. Both goals, too, were set pieces, weren't they? So, very pleased with that. And on we go. We are through, and Benfica goes through with us. So, first hurdle leapt... That was all about the first. It was all about the first leg, and that red card, wasn't it? That red card has essentially put us through. Nice little boost to the coffers. And guys, wait right there, and we will be back for Chelsea and at almost top of the table clash in the Premier League. This episode just continues to go on into the big games. Okay, before we get to Chelsea, I think we all want to see the quarterfinal draw, don't we? So let's have a look at this, see who we can get. Now, if I'm looking at this, the only team there that doesn't scare me is Benfica, because we had them in the group phase, and we know that we can at least compete with them. Every other team there, Arsenal has smashed us. Barcelona is Barcelona. Manchester United, we've done okay against them this season, so that maybe wouldn't be the worst. Paris is just scary. Dortmund, you could maybe handle that as well. Real Madrid, I don't think we want them yet, do we either? But let's have a look at this, the automatic draw. Let the tension build. Who do we get? This is one we want. We want Benfica. We don't get them. Okay, so it's going to be tough. We don't really want Paris. We don't get Paris. Dortmund, this is the last good one for us. We don't get them either. So it's going to be Real Madrid, and we're at home first. So that is difficult, I would imagine. Let's have a quick look at their squad here. Let's see what we have here. Let's go to their starting lineup, which is that. So that's the old Liverpool keeper that I've had an interest in signing when we were at Villa. Let's not worry about the defence. Let's have a look. Who have they got up front? So he looks, he'd say decent. You'd take him, wouldn't you? Again, I'd say pretty good. Vision of 19, so yeah, he's struggling as well. And Bernardo Silva, who is still a decent player with a vision of 18 and passing of 17. So that's it. That's what we're up against. Marco Asensio still going as well, 32. Again, you'd say decent, wouldn't you? Oh, boys, this is going to be tough. Guys, wait right there, and we will be back for Chelsea. Okay, welcome back. Chelsea away it is, and if you look at the league table here, any chance of winning the league probably rests on winning this game, doesn't it? If Chelsea win, 5 points clear, 7 games to go. The season's rapidly closing down here. I think we have to win to have any chance. As the rain comes down again, I swear I do not live under a tin roof, but it certainly sounds like it, doesn't it? So if we have a look at the team we've got going out here, it's Vazquez in goal. Scando actually looks a little tired there, doesn't he? But Aussie Chris isn't better. So we'll keep Scando, Novikov, Kvajano, and Milovanovic comes back in. It's Griffiths, it's Joyce, and it's Arosa. The reason Arosa's playing, Heartbreak Hotel. Kowalski's picked up a knock. He is in serious doubt for the Real Madrid game, which is coming up in just 4 days' time. There's been an international break between this Atletico Madrid game and this one, which is why the Real Madrid game is coming around so quickly. But Arosa will come in for Chelsea, and then we're going to keep with Mosley and Ortiz up, providing the width for Perez. They did nothing against Atletico Madrid, but they have been playing well, so we've got to keep the faith in them. And there we go, Chelsea. It's still Conte the manager, and he's still playing that same formation. Usually we would play the 5-3-2, but we have been doing pretty well as we are. I think passionate, we've got nothing to lose here. Let's show them what we're capable of. Calm, we have faith. And if we can put in a defensive performance like we did against Atletico Madrid, I'd say we're half a chance here. Okay, it would be a big statement if we can go to Chelsea and get the 3 points. It is a little bit of a shame that it comes sort of in between 2 Champions League games, but we just can't afford to rest players. So we're going to have to see how we go here. I'm thinking I might even consider doing like Scando 60 minutes and Aussie Chris for the last half hour. Just because they both come back from international duty, obviously not in the best condition. So that might be something we need to consider. But we'll just have to, as I said, just have to see how this game plays out. It's good to have Milovanovic back as well. Oh no, Paulinho, he has scored against us before, hasn't he? It's good to have Milovanovic back at right back. Buzanel, I think, did a really, really good job for us filling in. But, I mean, he's not a right back. He's a central defender that we sort of have retrained to play out there as a third choice emergency option. And that's what he's done. And we got through a Champions League, a Champions League tie against a very good Atletico Madrid team with him playing there for us. So we'll give them some more encouragement here. If I can click on something. There we go. We've kept the same tactics, looking to retain possession as well that we did against Atletico Madrid. Like I say, I was really impressed with our defending. To concede again in a set piece was a bit of a shame. But from general play, I thought we did really, really well. There was very few highlights in that game. Now here's a chance. Perez has the ball at his feet on the break. He's 3 men back though. Can he keep the ball? Oh, he's done wonderfully well. Just couldn't quite pick out. I think that was Arosa running forward. But highlight continues here. I'd like to think we can win this back, or else long highlights tend to lead to goals. There's Milovanovic forcing him in fields. I mean, I'd say this is okay if we were just watching the full game, but knowing that it's a highlight and something is probably going to happen, makes me nervous that Chelsea still has the ball. That's a cracking tackle, though. There we go. Can we launch a counter-attack on the back of that? Ortiz, we've got men over down the wing there. We've got a man over here. There's got to be something happening here. Come on, Milovanovic. That's a great ball for Ortiz. Can he square it? Can he square it? He can. It's Mosley! That was a cracking goal. I forget who it was that won the ball in midfield there, or might have even been at left back. Honestly forget. But a great ball for Ortiz, a cracking cross, took all the defence out, and Mosley ghosting it at the back post. That's his 15th Premier League goal of the season, I think. He's absolutely banging them in for us, and we've got him playing as a winger now, or sort of the wide striker, the Thierry Henry role, the Roman door, or whatever it's called in the game. We just need to keep our concentration here. We do have a nasty habit of conceding straight after goals. I did praise them instead of telling them to concentrate. Again, maybe just me getting a little bit excited. The one thing that this squad does lack is leadership. And so I'm wondering if I do actually need to make sure that I'm telling players to concentrate after goals, just because we maybe don't have that voice on the field that's doing that for us. That's a decent ball. Oh, tell you what, we got away with one there off the crossbar. And then Chiesa has missed a bit of a sitter on the rebound. We do need to tell him to concentrate here. Very efficient front of goal, aren't we? One shot, one goal. One shot. We only need one shot. Now you can see Scanto's really looking tired, isn't he? We might have to do a half split here and bring Aussie Chris on for the second half. Aussie Chris he's fine. He's good defensively. He's good dribbling. His crossing isn't as good as Scando. That's sort of the drawback. But I think we can't ask Scando to play more than that, especially with Real Madrid coming up. We probably would rather him be fit for that. I think we're going to do an assertive, don't get complacent. We'll do a few individual team talks here. We will bring Aussie Chris on for Scando, and then we'll be back for the second half. Okay, here we go. As you can see there, the sub that we've made. I'm okay with that, to be honest. We do need to make sure we have fit options for the Real Madrid game, which will be coming up, of course, next episode. I think what we're going to do is, given that it's up next, is we'll just come straight back. We'll do a sort of a Real Madrid special on Tuesday, both legs. So that'll be. I'm looking forward to that already. We haven't even finished this episode yet. I'll give them some encouragement here. Perez is looking nervous. He was on such a goal-scoring run. Now you guys are back watching. He is sort of frozen up. Given that he's looking that nervous, we have Elazar on the bench. I think we might bring him on, play him as a target man. We'll play him in attack, let him try and lead the line. Faith in him to go out there and make the difference. I think we were riding the Perez wave while he was banging them in. That may have just come to an end. Here's Elazar over a free kick now. It's decent. It's a goal! 2 minutes after I bring him on, we'll claim that one. Not the best goalkeeping, if I'm honest. But Elazar, that's a cracking. That was 30 yards out, maybe more. That's 2-0, and so Mosley's injured. I do happen to have Zilor on the bench, but that's probably Mosley out of Real Madrid, isn't it? Oh, that's not good. We'll put him on support. We're already without Kowalski, more than likely. Now we've lost Mosley. That could be huge. Alright, let's concentrate here. Let's make sure we get these 3 points. Oh, it would have been a bit of a screamer. This will, of course, move us above Chelsea in the table should we hang on. I'm not sure if Manchester City's played yet this weekend. It could potentially put us within a few points of them, though, as well. And, of course, better than that, it just keeps us clear of 5th place, doesn't it? Make sure we get back in that Champions League. But we're into stoppage time now. They're not going to score twice. And we have gone to Chelsea and taken 3 points. What an episode this has been. We've gone through in the Champions League, and we have just reignited that league title opportunity for us as well. Nice header away by Milovanovic. That's what he has, isn't it? He's strong in the air, as well as being a good attacking outlet as well. There's a ball forward for Ortiz. We can't get a sneaky third here, can we? Can Ortiz pick out Elazar? No, he can't, but that doesn't matter. That's a cracking episode. Well done to the team. 2 shots, 2 goals. Ruthless stuff. Passionate once again. No one gave us a chance. Well done. And there it is. 2 points behind City. They do have a game in hand, but you'd rather have the points. They've got to go out and win that game, and it could be against Villa by the looks of things, or Southampton, or Liverpool. So they're not against an easy team. So they are a chance of dropping points there, aren't they? But more importantly is that 6-7 point gap now we've got to 5th. That's nice. With only 7 games to go as well. Count our blessings. I think that's harsh because I thought we were quite good. Well, they did have a few decent chances in there, so maybe not as good as I initially thought. So 3 to 6 weeks, that's almost a season for most, isn't it? That's going to be end of April, early May. So we're going to have to to get by without Callum for the rest of the season, more or less. But that's it for this episode, guys. What a cracking episode it was. If you've enjoyed that, a thumbs up. It helps people find the channel. I cannot say how appreciative I am for those likes. And if you're new, welcome. Make sure you're subscribing. As I said, we'll be back on Tuesday for the doubleheader. We'll skip the Wolves game. We'll do Real Madrid home and away. It's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. We saw that attacking talent that they had, and that is going to be difficult. But we've kept a clean sheet, which is an improvement for us as well. So maybe, you never know, do you? But if you can't wait till Tuesday, of course, tomorrow, NYFC in the MLS, we begin our playoff campaign. That might be worth sticking around for, or coming back for, if you love a bit of playoff football, and let's be honest, who doesn't? But until then, thank you so much for watching. I've been Aussie Villain, and please enjoy some of our best goals from March. We'll see you Tuesday for Real Madrid.
Apologize.